Yes, people, what's going on? What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. As always, make sure that you lot are smash up the likes. Make sure that you lot are subscribing. Make sure that you're liking up the video, man. We've got nearly 100 people here. We shouldn't have to keep asking every 2 seconds, people. You know what I mean? You lot should know. As soon as you get here, you like the video. Make sure you're subscribing to Joey, following Rob on Twitter, following Andrew Surfer, Winter Surfer, not Andrew Surfer, Winter Surfer
Andrew
on
Surfer.
I might change it to that. You know,
yeah, that's actually called. I'll change. That's actually.
Make sure that you lot are following the man then, man. But big up everyone that's here already, as always, every single time. You got man like Pierre in here as well. You got Sean, big up, bro. It says evening done on the panel. Smash the lights, people. TTM, big yourself up, bro. TTM, bro, is Patrick. You should, if you know, you know. My boy, yeah, he messaged me earlier asking if I know someone. I think it's you. Let me know if it's you, bro. Because Patrick's actually my guy, innit? So let me know. Big up Jake, says Ronnie Raid. Big up, bro. You got man like Brian here as well. Mr. HD says we're beating PSG. And we're going to talk about it, man. We're going to talk about it for sure today. And the AP says don't sell your delap stocks. Don't worry, we'll talk about that too today, man. What's the man them saying, first of all? What's the man them saying, man?
Hey, man, I'm actually just waiting for like waiting to see if I get an offer letter today. So hopefully everything goes the way I expect it to go. But
you're job hunting right now, isn't it?
Offer letter today.
You're still unemployed?
I've been unemployed for a week.
this guy, this Rob
guy. We enjoy it.
You're still unemployed. How about you, Rob? What's work saying? Able to get some time off, yeah?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm getting ready to take, maybe 2 or 3 months off up until the World Cup. So we'll see how that goes. So I'm planning on taking a paternity leave once my baby girl arrives, and I'll be gone for a couple months. Yeah.
Nice, man. How long did you get for that in the US, by the way?
Well,
depends on the company, really.
Yeah, with my company, I can take probably 5 or 6 months, but I'm taking it all at once. Hey. Yeah. The state I live in pays paternity leave, and then I have mad vacation accumulated I need to get used up. So, so we'll see. I'll take a couple months here, a month here, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah,
taking that time off for his Sunday league, son.
Hey, you know what? Hey, I'm at that age where if I don't play for a couple weeks, the belly start getting bigger. So I gotta stay somewhat sharp.
I hear it, man. Hey, Joey, how are you sitting like that? By the way, man's sitting with his foot up.
I have a thing right here. I have like a little thing I put my feet on right here.
Oh. How about you, Andrew, man? How's life with you, bro?
I'm still working. I'm at work as well.
You're still working, Andrew.
Yeah, so good.
I tell you, I take time. I need to take time off. Fuck that.
No, that's
you've been off. Time off what?
A week.
Literally.
Oh,
a week.
And you want more time off?
Yeah, I'm taking the rest of the month.
I'm trying to plan my holiday around that period. If Arsenal win the league, I'm trying to be out of this bitch. You know what I mean? I'm trying to be out of this. I'm trying to let things die down a little bit, man. But people, listen, make sure that you lot are checking out Jersey FC Soccer Shop every single time. Don CFC at checkout, people. 20% off. You'll get that on there. So make sure that you're checking them out.
But only pay for these kits if you're working. It won't work otherwise.
100%, man. Well, let's get straight into it, yeah. Because obviously, backstage, I was chatting to you, man, about the narratives and certain pathetic things I've been seeing online. I haven't actually watched the interviews myself because I'll be real, I don't watch like the pundits and that, all these ex-footballers and that, bro. After games, I just turn it off. I just get on with my life because most of the time, they just don't even know what they're talking about. A lot of these guys, right? But I've been seeing this narrative running about. The offside should have stood because of the magic of the FA Cup and Wrexham. You know what I mean?
That's hilarious.
banned, bro. There was literally people, grown men tweeting. I'm seeing Mark Goldbridge going crazy
Yeah, I
about the
saw that
goal
too.
challenge. Yeah, saying it's not a foul in that, it's not a red card in that. I'm like, yo, like, I know you man hate us, but do you man really hate us that much? Now you want to bend the rules now.
Good.
You want to bend the rules now.
Good. I'm glad. I feed on their hate. I feed on it. It's energy. You know what I mean? If this was the opposite way around, we wouldn't hear nothing about it. Nothing about it whatsoever. And it's, you know what? I'm also saying, Wrexham aren't Mansfield, bro. Do you know what I mean? They're building a fucking new stand that's cost them 90 million. Do you know what I mean? They got millionaire owners, millionaire company owners, not just Deadpool FC. They got millionaire owners. All right. This isn't some little Roy of the Rovers, dream team back in the day on Sky. Do you know what I mean? This ain't rubbish. They're actually doing pretty well. They've had multiple promotions in the last few years. This isn't some rundown. Oh, they needed this money to keep afloat for the next year or something like that. It's, you know what I mean? It's absolute rubbish. You know what? If you don't say you want, because don't say you want VR one week and then don't want it the next. All right, it's there. Everyone knew the rules. Everyone knew the rules at the time. If you don't like it, then don't have VAR in the entire competition altogether. Do you know what I mean? Or have it from the start. Do you know what I mean? This is what I don't get. So this is all rubbish.
Andrew, you're just putting too much energy into it, my man.
It's just annoying.
Way too much energy. It's a nonsensical argument, bro. The rules are the rules. Like,
rules are the rules.
Nonsensical argument.
And that was a red. It was a red. It was a red card.
Clear red.
Exactly. I said red as soon as I saw it. Like, what are we talking about? He went it studs up on top above the ankle. Like, what are we talking about? That's a red. 99% of the time, that's a red.
That's a Chelsea play. Would have got no. There'd be no issue with it.
I just think for me, it's it's negativity from Chelsea feeds the media, right? And so everybody was rooting for Wrexham to knock us out, so it can be the £1 billion whatever they couldn't be
bottle jobs,
spent 20 million on the squad. They spent 1.4 billion on the squad and they got beat or whatever. That was the narrative that everybody was waiting for. And everybody was rooting for that narrative because they were gonna run with it for God knows however long. I don't think it's because they don't like VAR. I don't think it's because they don't like the decisions. They think it was a wrong decision. I just think we robbed them of the narrative of we can't bash Chelsea, we can't bash the money that they spent versus Wrexham that haven't spent much, and that is what everybody was thirsty.
What's the same thing? What's the same thing happened? What's the same thing?
We're gonna run this narrative for days.
Rob, watch the same thing happen to England in the World Cup, the reversal. They won't say nothing about it.
Absolutely. No. I watched the Arsenal Mansfield game. Mansfield had a shot for a penalty when it was 2-1. You heard anybody say anything about it?
Nothing. Arsenal gets away with everything, bro. Anything we do, they had a conniption about Josh King earlier this season. A goddamn conniption.
That's what
it is. That's what it is. Because Josh King got his goal taken away from him.
Because he's done so well. He's done so well since then, isn't he? Do you know what I
mean? Exactly, bro. And what's even funny, like when I saw it was Peter Banks reffing this game, I thought, yo, it's dark. But to be fair to him, he was actually all right, though. I'll be honest. He was actually all right in this game. I'll be real. I don't think he really caused many problems. I think the only thing I had a problem was, the game was early on. I can't remember who it was, but one of our players got taken out. It should have been a yellow. And then the first thing that Lavia did when he pulled the guy back.
It was a foul on Santos. It was a foul on Santos.
I think it was a foul on Santos. That's the only thing that I'll really criticize him about. But the rest of the game, I thought he refed it quite well, bro. And when they go to the VAR, after review, they like that one, innit? After review. Yeah? You know what I'm saying? Let me come to you first, Andrew. Like, what did you obviously think of the performance, man? Because I saw a lot of people again on the TL, you're crying about the performance and we scraped past them and that's not good enough. And what did you think of for you, bro? What's your take on the performance, man?
So I'm one of these guys who when I critique league and cup games and the performance for me doesn't really matter in cup games that much. It's very low because the ultimate aim is to get through. Do you know what I mean? I will critique performances, but because like you don't know how many cup games you're going to get in the season because you don't know how you're going to progress. Whether it's the league, you know, you've got 38 games and you play more league games in a row and so to speak and stuff like that. Listen, he made the changes. I've no problem with making his changes. The formation was a bit whack to me in the first half, like the three at the back and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But obviously that changed. Listen, it's got a massive game against PSG. No offense, it's Wrexham away, right? I expected rotation away at Wrexham. Like if we get Southampton or Port Vale in the next round, I expect rotation in the quarterfinals. Do you know what I mean? It's stuff like that. PSG's a bigger game. It's by far the bigger game. I expected that. I was disappointed, and quite a few of them really didn't take a hold and go, "Hey, boss, even if I don't make it to the 11, put me on the bench for PSG." Do you know what I mean? Stuff like that. I thought, it's really hard to critique when you don't expect much of these players, or you don't rate much of these players. So it's really hard to critique that much. It's like Tosin, we know is slow and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? I thought Neto was there, stuff like that. I thought
we didn't learn anything new.
No,
that's what it is, Andrew. Like, we didn't learn anything new about certain players.
I thought Delap was.
Come to you in a second.
I thought Delap was. It was like even like you thought he might have. When they hold the adage founders level, but he was rubbish. I thought Santos was okay. I thought Lavia looked rusty starting a bit, a bit slow. Got the yellow card, a few misplaced passes. I thought Hato played well again. Do you know what I mean? And we took a goal. João Pedro he's just on fire. Do you know what I mean? Even just his all round play is just. There's like no, he can't. It's like the ball stuck to him, bro. Do you know what I mean? It's like he can't give away the ball. They can't shrug him off the ball. It was like that goal where he had like Ganacho wide open. He's like, "No, fuck this. I'm scoring." Do you know what I mean? I'm taking. I don't care. I'm scoring. I don't care.
Yeah.
It was just one of those. So for me, it's getting through. It was 9 changes. I don't think it's much to really get upset about the performance overall. Do you know what I mean? It's more like, we're through. We know the people. Like, I'm glad Enzo and Caicedo weren't even on the bench. They got a rest. They're gonna have like a week off. Do you know what I mean? Palmer have a week off. Chalobah and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm okay with it. I'm not gonna. It wasn't the best. I'm not gonna watch the game again. Don't think anyone should. But we're through, and that's all that matters. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
Unfortunately, I did.
yeah, you did.
I'll come to you in a sec, Joey. But for me, how I kind of look at it, right? Listen, again, of course, you want to see your team playing well 95% of the time, bro. But realistically, when you see this many changes, and again, with building the 3, which Rosina did it at the beginning, it reminded me of like, the Napoli game. When we played Napoli, right? And that's where I kind of looked at it and thought, he's trying to mirror what they're doing, and it's not helping. If anything, it's doing the opposite. With our team is not looking as fluid as what it's been looking like. But end of the day, bro, when we beat Hull convincingly, I had flipping people saying, "Oh, it's only Hull. It's only Hull," right? But then when you struggle against Wrexham, it's we can't even deal with Wrexham. We can't even deal with Wrexham. So either way, you can't win. Because if we had battered Wrexham and dealt with them convincingly, which we should have, by the way, if we were actually better on the ball, because that was the biggest problem for me. It was how wasteful was on the ball, bro. Neto, the amount of times this guy could have made better decisions, just losing the ball and not even tracking back, right? Gusto, when he came on, losing the ball. I thought even Cuckoo, when he came on, was just bare, like, scrappy on it. Lavia. There were so many players where I'm like, yo, you guys usually play better, right? And I'm about to bring my Delap. Listen, we'll talk about Delap in a sec, because I don't think Delap actually had a bad half.
I'll tell you exactly what happened with Delap, because I watched it twice. So.
Yeah. So we'll talk about that, but I don't actually think he had a bad half for me personally, innit? But people, listen, we've got a debut. You know what I mean? Man like Ben, Mr. Luke.
Yes. You know what I mean? Yes, please.
Why is your camera bare small?
He's like far away. He's mad far away.
Your camera is very small, like.
How do I change this for him? It's my debut, bro. I don't know about this technology.
Are you on your phone?
Yeah, I'm on my phone.
Oh, he's on his phone. That's why.
If you're on your phone, get the camera closer.
Yeah. You have to probably put a bit closer, bro. But it's the square, bro. The square is literally tiny.
Yeah, flip it. The landscape. Flip it the landscape.
All right, hold on. Let me try to sort this out.
All right.
Yeah, go. I'll let you do that, and I'll take.
What is this the lap? What is this the lap level of the debut here, man?
You know what I mean? What's going on there, bro? It's all your technology, man. But yeah, for me, like I said, bro, we beat Hull convincingly. It's only Hull. We struggle against the likes of Wrexham. It's how we're struggling against Wrexham. You can't win with these people. That's the problem. But go on, Joey. You're about to talk about. What was your take on the game first of all?
There's a little bit of everything. Like Josh out on that outside is he's just not a wing back. Like regardless on if I think he's a fullback or if you think he's a center back, like he's just not a wing back. So it really hindered us from playing on one side of the pitch for the most part. But my biggest concern is really the way that Delap is holding up the ball. Like if you're falling 7 out of 8 times that you touch the ball, bro, you're not going to be an efficient striker, like ever. Like you have to be better than that. Like he would literally fall on even if he completed the hold up, he would fall on like literally 7 out of 8 opportunities. Like it was like, geez, my dude, like, can we at least get something from you where you're on your feet and you're creating with ball underneath?
And you couldn't even blame the pitch, Story. You couldn't even blame the pitch. That was a good pitch.
No, Wrexham's pitch is gorgeous. That was a gorgeous pitch.
Okay, we'll bluff like that.
But yeah, like I just João Pedro isn't playing in an absolute flow state right now. He's playing like he's playing on the beach. Like that's how he's playing right now. Like he's just playing like he's playing on the beach, bro. Like by himself. It doesn't matter who's around him. He's by himself, keeping the ball by him, and he can do whatever he wants if he's in this mood. Like he just can do anything he wants. The world is his oyster if he keeps playing like this, man. Like he's playing out of his freaking skin. And I love everything about it. Like everything that he's doing, it impresses me. I thought Andre had an underrated game. I think he had an underrated game. I thought Lavia had a very poor game. He was out of position a lot, Lavia, in that game. I also think that it's partly the system. You know what I'm saying? Like partly, like I think it's partly going to be the system of it switching into a back three. Yeah, I don't think he was in the right places to pick up the ball. He was turning into people, which is very unlike him. Like and just general, like he was just turning into people. His passing was meaty. Like he just did not have a good game, and that's all right. Like especially for someone who's come back, who's played as much as he has in the time frame that he has, it's more normal than what Reece James does. Like what Reece James does of coming back from injury is not normal. Like you coming back from an injury that's 4 months long and playing at the top level is not normal. That's not normal movement. Like you're not supposed to be able to do that. Like any athlete will tell you that if you're out for that long. Like you're not supposed to be able to come back and be at your best the way that Reece tends to be. So it's like it's not a big deal that he's not that, but he has to, get a run of games in now. And like I don't want to see like Lavia. I want to see Lavia coming off the bench against PSG and giving us something different, especially if we go up. But yeah, I think overall, like you learn. I mean, the one thing that you know about this team is the center backs are prone to mistakes. But god damn, is Tosin slow, bro? Like for fuck's sake, bro, is he slow? Like he just that shit is just frustrating that you could just put one ball in behind him and there's nothing you can do about it. Literally.
It's dark, honestly, bro. Before we even get to that, big up Fabian for this comment. It says Lavia and Santos got hung up to dry trying to combine with touchline wingers in the 10 positions and Delap who struggles to hold the ball up in traffic. And Rob, that's what I was literally saying to Rance just now, because a lot of people are crashing Delap, saying he didn't have a good game and that. But I'm looking more at what the team around him was doing, for one. right? And how the team was set up. Because if you go to the game against Hull, Delap played really well in that game because Neto was doing the simple things really well. He kept feeding him the ball in between the lines. He kept linking up with him. Delap literally got a hat-trick of assists in that game, bro. You know what I'm saying, right? And he consistently kept finding him in the little space. In this game, Neto was a criminal, bruv. He was just doing whatever he wants to do. Kept losing the ball time and time again. We didn't create nothing really in the game, Rob, yeah, until Neto hit the bar in the second half. And that's when João Pedro came on the pitch, right? But other than that, I'm sorry. We complained about Maresca with this Garnetto pairing with João Pedro. It didn't help João Pedro. How the hell is it going to help Delap? Now, I know it's Wrexham, yes, and these guys need to play. I hear all of that, right? But I'm sorry, Delap is not a João Pedro, bro. People need to get this in their head. He's not going to be a João Pedro on the ball. He's not going to be a Jackson on the ball. He's a different type of player. And he needs more babysitting, yeah? As much as people don't want to hear it, I just keep it real. He needs more babysitting, bro. And for me, in that setup, the way that we were playing, especially when Neto's picking up the ball in the 10 and is losing it, where the hell is Delap going to get any chances to do anything, bro? The one thing I'll criticize Delap for in the game was there was a moment where he had the ball like in and around the box.
Port Vale! Port Vale at home! Port Vale at home!
You got Port Vale?
Yeah, Port Vale at home! Yeah. Arsenal got Southampton. Arsenal got Southampton away.
Hey!
Man City, Liverpool. Man City, Liverpool. City, Liverpool.
Arsenal got we got. I said it last night on Dan Potts on 12 Bounce. No, Mo stream the other day. Port Vale at home. No, sarcasm. Port Vale at home. That's what I wanted.
There you go. That's how we like it.
That's how we like it. That's how we like it. You know what I mean?
That's the way we like it. That's the way we like it.
But Rob's Arsenal got Southampton away. Arsenal got Southampton away.
Let me even bring this up here. I was even signing into my Twitter.
Wait, Port Vale at home?
Yeah, Port Vale
at home. Yes. Finally at home.
It can't get much easier than that. Huh?
It's our first game at home, you know, in these cup competitions. Our first game, bro.
John, I was all right with going away to them. I was fine going.
Yeah, it didn't matter as long as we got Port Vale, right?
Nah, bro, you're forgetting, bro. Tosin and that, yeah, away from home. You know the rivals, the ops are shouting, get it over these guys' heads, get over these guys' heads, bro. You know what I mean?
I don't care. We'd still beat Port Vale even if they scored against us. We'd still beat them. That's what we.
Let me even load this up. Yeah. But yeah, Rob, what did you think of like how Rosenior set up the team? Was it more he was looking with his eye for Wednesday, or do you think it was more FA Cup? I had to make all these changes, bro. What's your take on that?
Yeah, I mean, I used to go in Maresca when he made too many changes, right? But against the lower oppositions that you kind of know, it doesn't matter which setup you have, or just like it's Wrexham. So Andrew's on the moon.
I'm happy.
I'm happy.
Wembley.
Wembley coming for sure. But the thing is, for me, even with the starting lineup, you know, even with the question marks we have over certain players, I knew that obviously you have a midfield of Santos and Lavia. I thought, yeah, our midfield is gonna dominate them. They're not gonna touch the ball whatsoever. Lavia is gonna, even if it's a different setup, but you just know the quality of your players, right? And I knew for all the things that people, you know, bash 49 for, I knew this is, you know, he'll cook. Right, he'd cook in games like this. I didn't expect Neto to have such a below par performance, but you know, the moment our midfield wasn't maintaining the ball or dominating, and this has been my problem that I've had with Lavia for a while. An exceptional player, an exceptional talent, but for me, he holds onto the ball too long. You know, in that midfield, when you're popping up between Caicedo and Santos, Caicedo and Enzo, like Lavia takes an extra second or two or three on the ball, and those little lines are just shutting up. They're just shutting up, and everybody's like now reading your next move, your next pass, and whatnot. And so for me, that was, you know, that was the main. And surprisingly, I know people are saying Lavia was rusty. Surprisingly, once Essugo came on, our midfield was completely different, right? Essugo is the one for me that changed the complexion of midfield, how we start dominating the game. Because what we thought, or Moresca told us, that he's not quite as good on the ball. And
me and Joey were going back and forth about this, Joey. I said to you, I said, yo,
I was surprised. He showed me way more than I expected. I give him a lot of credit.
I'm looking at him like,
this is exactly what I was watching, Joey. It's what I was telling you, Joey. Just a bit of context. Just a bit of context. Sorry, me and Joey was going back and forth in the group chat a few months ago, yeah. And Joey was saying he wasn't too convinced with Essugo on the ball. I said, yo, that's confusing to me, bro, because that's one of the things that stuck out to me when I was watching him, bro. You know what I mean? But he's quality on the ball.
Yeah, because Moresca told us that he's like Caicedo, but he needs to improve on the ball. Yeah, obviously he's not Caicedo good on the ball. Very few midfielders are as good as Caicedo on the ball. But when he came on, I was like, brother, I get your tackling, you're still rusty, but on the ball, he was exceptional. He was very, very good on the ball, and he was popping it very quickly. The cross to Garnacho, the assist to get into João Pedro first time around on the half turn. And I was like, I was told by a head coach that this was a weak part of your game, and for all this time I'm thinking, yeah, obviously Moresca has watched 500 million tapes of him. Maybe he knows him better than I do. And I come to watch him, it's like, no, this brother is actually decent on the ball, right? And he can be a competent backup for Caicedo. Like that first time cross to Garnacho on the far post, that's a Reece type of cross, right? That's a Reece James type of cross right there, right?
Yep.
And so, and I think obviously you had João Pedro that came on, and he's been outstanding signing of the summer by anybody in Europe, and I will stand on that. Like, I know people like to bash my sporting directors for the signing, but you all need to give Wayne Stanley credit for getting this in the summer where striker were going for at least 80 million to get João Pedro for 55 million. That's his steal of the century right there. And
serious.
So, that is and so again, I know Chelsea fans are spoiled and think every game against a lower opposition we should be 3-0 up after 20 minutes, but sometimes it's an FA Cup tie. Wrexham are at home, they're extra pumped. Ryan Reynolds in the stands and all that, and they got extra juice, they're extra motivated. They were up for it, and so we struggled a little bit, but at the end of it, 4-2 win, and we get out of there, and we keep it moving. Not every game is not gonna be fireworks like Villa. It's not gonna be like that. We're not gonna go and outclass every opponent like we did Villa, but it is what it is. We keep
Let's go.
Up yours, Deadpool. Up yours.
How many characters have you got? Last week, man came with a what did he come with last week? The axe. Man came with the axe last week, yeah. Someone commented about that on the video as well. Last week was, by the way, big up everyone that was here last week, yeah, because that was one of the best shows that we've done the whole time we've been doing Blue Diaries. That's in my top 3, bro. That's in my top 3.
I was just distracting everyone from yours and Jimmy's argument. That was all I was doing.
Listen, big up Jimmy, man. Big up Jimmy. But for anyone that hasn't seen the draw, so Man City are playing Liverpool at home. Southampton have got Arsenal. They've got Southampton. They've got Southampton away. We've got Port Vale. Wait, Fabrizio saying Port Vale versus Chelsea. Is he? What's he?
No, it's Chelsea versus Chelsea.
Chelsea Port Vale.
Chelsea Port Vale, yeah, and then West Ham / Brentford versus Leeds. And I can't lie, I'm glad that we've dodged Leeds, because boy, knowing us, our luck would have got Leeds, yeah. Away again, Elland Road. I told you about that place. I told you about that.
It will be a TV game, not a 3:00 kickoff. All around, it will be TV game, not a 3:00 kickoff. So
that's calm.
Who do United got?
You know what I mean? But Ben, let me introduce you in, man, because we're just talking about Essugo. You know what I mean, baby Caicedo and that. What did you think of his performance, man?
No, I thought he was good. To be honest, I just wanted to up my sample size on even watching the guy. To be honest, it was actually quite disappointing when he got injured. When he did, because I remember talking to my boy before the season, saying, "Cool." When I watched him in pre-season, it looks like he's just on crashing things, right? Crash Bandicoot. But then there was a game. I think it was the last game of pre-season where I saw, okay, this guy can actually play. He can, and
Leverkusen game.
That was the one. Yeah, and obviously Lavia. Lavia is an interesting one, bro. Like he's such a. I wouldn't even say just a floor raiser. I've not seen a man that's a floor raiser and a ceiling raiser at the same time, almost, right, when he's on the pitch. But he did look a little bit rusty on the mad unnecessary yellow card that he got, right. Obviously, I know Hatto's before. Hatto, I thought Hatto was good personally.
Yeah, he was good. He was very good.
Yeah, I thought Hatto was really good, to be fair. In there, and he looks again. It's a bigger problem in terms of what I have in terms of almost our backup guys. I look at the fullback region and I think our buys there have been good. I know people will get onto the ownership and that kind of stuff for different things, and I'm onto them for certain things. But at fullback, I look at it, Reece James and Cucurella. I think they're both top 3 in their position. I look at Hatto and Gusto and I say, well, for what you want as backup fullbacks, I think Cucurella is going to be 29, 30 soon enough. Hatto, multifaceted, can invert, can play centre back. Can do the flying thing as well because he's actually quite quick as well.
Yeah,
very quick.
You have Reece James as your club captain and right back. You probably don't want a fullback that's better than Gusto if you want to keep them there long term. So me personally, I like what we got a fullback. My issue is at centre back, bro. And when I say that, it's one of them ones when I was watching Arsenal's game, right? And I know they went with the young youth plus Mascara
and was it Solomon?
And there was a young kid in there plus Mascara and Calamari, right? Cool. When I look at our versions of that, it's for me. I think it's a difficult because it's like when I look at the first 11 when everybody's fit, fine, no problem. There's enough there to develop and supplement it with some other things, no problem. For me, it's the floor level of the backup guys. So when I watch a game like Wrexham, for example, there's no reason why that needs to be made a game. If you look around at the other people that are meant to be our age mates in this league and that sort of thing, they're backup fullbacks. We're talking about a level where a Wrexham, it was always going to be a little bit difficult to go in there, but that wasn't going to be made a game. You know, when you have guys like Tosin, you know, I like to accept people for what they are, innit? But that doesn't mean they should be playing for my club, innit? Tosin, the level that he is at, this is what he is, and actually for the most part in his career, this is what he's been, right? But what's the excuse for going out there and getting someone like that? I think Chalobah, we can all have different debates on, right? I think we all like Chalobah to one extent or another, right? Cool. But we know what he is. He's never going to be top level, but he's relatively steady, relatively reliable. He can have his mistakes at times, right? But my thing is that when you end up with a Chalobah, you end up with them. You don't go and get them. Do you see what I'm trying to say? Chalobah comes from our academy. These are the type of guys these are your floor level baseline guys, right? Or they should be your floor level baseline guys. If you are a team that's meant to be this season, meant to be comfortable top 4, not a case of competing for the top 4 again, meant to be comfortable, right? That your Chalobahs, not in a rude way, they're meant to be your worst centre back, really. So when I look at a guy like Chalobah, you end up with a guy like Chalobah because he's come from your academy, very reliable, etc., etc. Kind of somewhat similar to like a Real Madrid with a Nacho Fernandez. They're never going to buy a Nacho Fernandez, but you end up with that. What then is the excuse for bringing in a guy like Tosin, for example? At Disassi before him, you know, for example. The Badiashile one I can kind of allow because that first 6 months he looked like a bit of a Rolls Royce. It looks like we found something there. But for me, it's an interesting one because with the squad, we can all talk about certain positions where at the top level we can do a bit better. But I think what this squad showed us from last season is that their baseline level is really good when everybody is fit and it's comfortable top 4 probably if everyone can stay fit for the whole season. Where it then gets let down is that, bro, this is the Premier League. There's 60 games a season in terms of like all comps, right? For the most part, in terms of Champions League, FA Cup, League Cup, whatever. There are times where those other guys are going to need to play. And if their floor level is literally on the floor, you are going to get done in your race for the top 4.
This is the thing, though. This is the thing. And that's why I'm saying when people are like crashing Tosin and that, I literally said in my review, like, we haven't learned anything new about these centre backs, bro, because we know what they are. We know that the bigger thing here is they need to leave in the summer, right? And realistically, Rafinha wasn't going to start Josh at centre back with Sarr, for example, away to Wrexham. He was going to probably just, let me play a little bit of experiences, try level things out a little bit like that, and then go that way, innit? Realistically, Tosin was always going to start the game, but again, we just have to firm it until the summer when they leave. That's the reality. These men have put them there. You can't do anything about it until the summer. Come the summer, get rid of these guys, bro. Because Tosin, bro, I just feel sorry for him now. Like, I'm watching him, Andrew, and it's like, bro, this guy cannot be playing in a high line. There was even a moment where I'm watching him trying to run all the way back from, I think we had a corner. And I'm watching him running, yeah? Bro, he was running like the way I run in my dreams. I promise you, bro. Yeah? He was running the way I run in my dreams.
To be fair, he made one.
And the problem is, he is what he is, man. Honestly,
he made one important block.
For me, I'm not on. I've learned with footballers now because I'll go mad. Like I'll lose the plot. My head will. I won't be able to concentrate when I'm at work, bro. Like genuinely, there's a point where it's like, with these are professional footballers, yeah, and we know that there are levels to this. I have to accept you for what you are. I have to. We all work here, yeah. If your new colleague is shit, yeah, and they're showing that they're shit consistently, right? Who's more at fault? That person for being shit, or the person that brought him in and continues to allow him to be here? Do you see what I'm trying to say?
My issue. Listen, I accept them for the levels they are, but these defenders don't jump. Do you know what I mean? When they hardly jump, or when they do, it's very late, or they're ball watching. Do you know what I mean? That's like basic stuff I'm asking for. Do you know what I mean? It's like just jump. Like Tosin's like he's the tallest defender but he plays like he's 4'2", but he's like nearly 6 foot something. And do you know what I mean? It's like he shouldn't have hard. It shouldn't be hard for him to jump up, but he doesn't have to jump that far. Do you know what I mean? And then you've got Fofana, Fofana is just basically that. He's like a cat when you put a light on the wall, or shit, and they like that. They just honestly, and like Josh and Sarr, I will give time to, no problem. Their development and stuff like that. But like, I'm not. Badiashile, it's now 3 years since he's been good. Do you know what I mean? We're talking 3 years. He's been 3 years since he's been good. But Tosin, we know why Tosin came. He was free. He was free. That's why he was.
But the thing is, Andrew, yeah, big up Ernie as well. Ernie's
and they're going to make something off him, even if it's small amount of change. They'll make something off him because he was free.
Yeah,
that's what he was.
Let me read this comment real quick. He says, "Don, you rated that Tosin before he joined us, man. It's time, bro." I actually think Tosin last season was actually. He had a good season for me personally. Like even in the summer, people were saying like, "Oh, don't sell Uncle Tosin, don't sell Uncle Tosin." But the thing is,
you know what you remember though, Don?
If you guys remember, hold on, Joe, before you come in, let me just finish up here. If you guys remember, start of the season, we were playing Fofana and Colwell. And then Fofana got injured, and then Chalobah came into the team. Tosin was just playing like here and there. And I think, obviously, the cup games, we didn't see him much in the cup because we got knocked out early, people. We got knocked out against Brighton early. Yeah. We got knocked out against Newcastle early. So we didn't really see him much. And then towards the end of the season, he actually helped us defend quite well. Like Tosin wasn't a problem last season.
Yeah, he was playing against physical strikers. Every time we face Chris Woods or a Hoyland, it will be Tosin that will be selected over Trav.
Yeah, but this season, it's been a problem. It's been a bigger problem this season because we have seen him too much. That's the problem. Yeah, last season we didn't see him as much, bro. You know what I mean?
But if he's gonna be an uncle, let him be an uncle, bro. Like as in, take the back seat. I'm trying to say, if you're gonna be unk, yeah, and you're gonna G up, you know, I'm trying to say you're gonna be. Let him just be there for Black History Month. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't need to see.
Men say Black History Month, you know.
We can't say that.
I'm gonna use that one. Hey, there's certain man you should only see them in the month of October, man, or the month of December when there's bare games, bro. Yeah? It's true though. It's actually true. Go on, Joey. You're about to come in. You're about to come in.
I don't really have anything to say. I'm so sick and tired. What I was gonna say is this. Why is it that we have scouted or brought in 3 or 4 center backs that have 0 pace?
It's a key question.
That's good. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
All of our center backs have no pace. I don't know if it's just me that keeps on feeling this way, but I literally am just my frustration comes from we want to play a style of play, but then you scout a player that doesn't fit any type of style of play that we've had for the last 2-3 years.
That's their problem, Joey. They literally that's why, Rob, yeah, when people I saw your tweet, Rob, saying, or why are people not giving the directors more credit for João Pedro? Bro, the reason why is because they take 2 steps forward and 6 steps back, bro. That's what they do.
Well, Rob, I want to answer that question too. The reason why is because they hit they hit once every single window, and they don't do anything in the winter window, so it's always every summer window. They only hit once.
And do you know what it is for me? Yeah,
but every João Pedro will race you at the lap, Rob. Yeah.
And do you know what? Do you know what it is for me? Yeah, with this thing, and Don, we've discussed this before as well. Yeah, I don't actually think most of us fans that are objective, right? I think for the most part, yeah, not everybody's not just completely onto them for this whole idea of you're going to sign young players with potential, whatever. Because actually, in terms of the core of our team, especially if you look at our leaders in the dressing room, James, of course, who was in the academy, Enzo, Caicedo, Pedro looks like he's coming in as already quite a leader already. Palmer, fine, right? These are the guys that the model's about, right? I think the problem is for most of us in these situations when it's like you're doing some good things on that side, but then you're supplementing it with some nonsense. Do you see what I'm trying to say? Like when you look at the model, right? Players under 24, high C and high potential, good resale value if they don't come good, right? Why is it that you do 3 years worth of work on Noni, for example, and then you start again? You start that entire process again with Garnacho and Gittins, who... You know what's funny? Temperament-wise, Noni's the best comfortably of the all three. And Noni very much believes in himself, but I think he's more than humble enough when you watch him talk and that kind of stuff. As much as he believes in himself. No, as much as he believes in himself.
I think we're just jumping the gun because we haven't seen enough of Gittins yet.
Yeah, we ain't seen Gittins. Gittins is good, but he's just as confident and he's shy. He's a shy kid.
Exactly, and that's where I'm going on this. Hear me out, yeah. So
that's the point you're making. It's true.
Yeah, with Noni, right? He's a very confident boy, but he's also humble enough to know, I still need to improve. You hear him talk about it all the time. Even now at Arsenal, same thing at Chelsea. I still need to improve on this. I still need to get better numbers on this and that, right? For me, it's like when I look at mentality-wise, you've got Garnacho, who is not humble, right? And then you've got Gittins, who's not confident. And actually, Noni had a decent combination of both whilst having similar physical attributes to the two of them. If you look at the things that were good with Noni and bad with Noni, right? His 1v1 ability, you got that with Gittins. Fantastic 1v1 ability when he's there. What was bad with him? His decision-making and temperament sometimes. You got that with Garnacho. And so it's like, why have we just gone and done that and spent 2.5 years developing this guy to the point where everyone's actually quite happy with him at this point in terms of, okay, you can do something for us, even if it's as a squaddy. Esteval comes in, Palmer is also an option on the right.
Nah, that's just not how the model works. If you're only good enough to be a squad player and they can make a profit off of you, then you're out.
It was time to go for Noni. It was time to go because there was no space for that guy no more. Even Neto outperformed him, bro.
But then when you do that and replace him with Garnacho and Gittins, I'm like,
Esteval, we replaced him with Esteval. We replaced him with Esteval.
Granted, fairs.
Gittins and Garnacho on the left. But I don't think Rob liked what you said about man like Garnacho. And you know what? I'm gonna call him Garnacho right now. Big up 9
No, I'm just here. I'm here listening to my man Luke here saying, Noni, Noni, and Garnacho same level as far as executing in the final third, and that couldn't be any further from the truth, right?
In a Chelsea shirt.
Yeah, no, not Noni. Yeah, as far as taking on his men, Noni is far better than Garnacho at that.
Yeah.
But as far as being decisive in the final third, Garnacho's clear. It's not even a comparison, right?
In what way though? When we say clear, as in, are we talking about above or below?
Well above.
Oh,
well
okay.
above.
Because
Garnacho's on what? Garnacho's on 12, 11 or 12 G right now.
No, but
on like 11 or something.
Right?
But on ratio, let me just...
the same thing, man. It's the same thing. I look at them the same, bro.
Let me raise this point, though, in terms of, like, you see last season, right? You see the way Maresca played in terms of it being very rigid. Do you think Noni, with the amount of opportunity and space that Rosinia's system creates in terms of the wide areas and not having 12 men to take on in the wide areas every time, do you not think Noni probably does better numbers than Garnacho would have done with the same opportunity?
Because I don't think Noni. You've seen Noni go to Arsenal. It's still just as bad in the final third as he was at Chelsea.
He doesn't finish the ball very well, though.
He doesn't.
I don't like this conversation because I don't like either of these dudes. Even Gittins, he only has 1 more year to show me that he can do something until he needs to be loaned. So I'm giving very little time to a lot of these people, and Nani's time ran up just as much as Garnacho. same thing, bro. Like, you gotta show us that you can keep these 2 games, the form that you've had in these last 2 games for the rest of the season. Otherwise, your ass can be gone too. And I'll give you credit for where credit's due. But when I need consistency, I need more consistency from some of these players, and they're not giving me enough consistency in their performances. Now, I don't. The GA can miss me with it. I don't care. Listen. As long as your performances are up to snuff, the GA will come. Majority of the time, GA comes with the performances. So if you show me a consistency with the performances, you'll get GA. But if you're just giving me GA and you're giving me shit performances, then you're just you're liability still. You're still a liability.
I think comparing Noni Madueke and Garnacho is like that South Park episode of when they told you to vote and you choose between a turd sandwich and a douche. And so I don't think there's much really to go on. Listen, I thought that football was totally against Garnacho because even that goal bounced out so quickly, people didn't even know it was a goal against Wrexham. That's how football karma.
That finished though. No, that finished though.
Guy. Yeah, that's great. That's fine. But football hates this guy, Rob. Football hates this guy, Rob, so much that they want the ball to go in. That's what it is.
He was the only one who was showing what went in. He was the only one.
Listen. Garnacho is what he is. Do you know what I mean? My critique of Garnacho now, when his normal performances, I don't have any words. It will just be some sort of sound. So it'll be or something like that. Usually, when it comes to critiquing him, listen. He does. I'm glad we got Port Vale because it probably means he'll score because he does well against lower league teams and cups. We've seen it, right? Hopefully. We've seen it this season. He does very well against lower league teams in the cup, apart from Arsenal.
Oh, okay. Listen, no, apart from take away his 2 goals against Arsenal.
Listen, I think it's. Well, when it comes to the winger position, we know we've got Quinder coming in the summer. I don't want to really rely on 2 teenagers on the wings for an entire season. I'd rather bring someone else in or Gittins or someone like that. That was my whole point of if you're going to sign one of the it should have been one of Garnacho or Gittins, and you sign like a Semenyo.
Honestly,
you know what I mean?
Honestly, I just don't see signing an attacker outside of Morgan Rogers, bro. Like, I just see us getting Morgan Rogers, bro. Like that's
I
don't know. With Rogers, where are you playing him, on the left or in the middle?
I mean, it doesn't matter. It can be anywhere, bro. Like the way that we've played, he could play on the left with the overlap of Cucurella, and the inside 10, the way that Enzo plays, the outside 10, the right 10, the way Cole Palmer plays. Like,
but didn't that show?
Like, you have to. We're so light in that position. We are so light.
That's what I'm talking about. But that,
it almost is irrelevant if we get a real winger. Like, you guys want, if anybody asking for a real winger just doesn't understand the circumstances.
This is what you confused.
Yeah, they want a versatile attacker again. That's what they want.
But they need to chill. They need to relax. Can we get some specialists
on Saturday?
I want specialists. True.
Specialists of what? What kind of specialists are we talking about?
Specialist wingers, bro. For one.
For what? In what use are we going to use specialist wingers? Talk to me.
On the wing to beat people, to put balls.
Yeah, but that's not necessarily how we play anymore.
We don't play with touchline wingers.
Let Ben lad.
Okay, I agreed fully that we don't play with touchline wingers anymore, but that's because our touchline wingers are not good. Our touchline wingers Gittins is the most touchline winger we have in our squad. Probably someone like him or Mudryk, for example, right?
Yeah.
Garnacho wants to be an inside forward. Neto, I don't like to address that, man. And our actual good wingers, they're all half tens. They're all, right half space. So Esteval and Palmer, these are right half space guys, right? So our actual useful good players to play wide, they're not touchdown wingers. So it doesn't make sense to use them as touchdown wingers. So I can completely understand why Racine doesn't do that. But I think that...
Can I ask you something? Did you watch him at Strasbourg?
Who, Racine?
Mm-hmm.
No, not my sample size was small. I watched it.
Well, I have a much larger sample size, okay? And a lot of the times he plays one fullback overlapping to a space and one winger overlapping to the other space. That's how he plays it. So it's like,
by the same time,
as much as we want, we need all these wingers, bro. Unless we sell a winger, Like, unless we
think
sell
Neto's
one of these
going.
wingers,
I think
it's
Neto.
more likely we get an inside space player because we only have two. We literally only have two inside space players.
Fairs. But
And that's
point,
why we saw Neto in the inside space. Once again,
my point.
Right in what you're saying.
My point is that he can be adaptable. He can be adaptable, and it's adaptable based on what you have. At the end of the day, do I think that Rafinha wants to play with two, winger 10s or two touchline wingers? Probably not. It's exactly as you said. One was probably more tucked inside. One might have been more on the touchline, whatever. But my point is that it's about what you have. We've already seen Rafinha move things and change his plan in different games. One based on what we have, but two based on the opposition. And whenever you create a squad, it's so you have multiple solutions to multiple problems. Right now, we don't have a good touchline winger at all. So even if we want the option of doing it, we don't have it really at the moment.
Once again, as much as you want to say we don't have it, you just named players that are on our squad at this current moment that have to either be sold for us to be able to create squad space, because we have the players, right? The players are on our team. They either have to be sold to create squad space, or we change managers because he's not going to play. He doesn't play two wingers. Like,
I've got no problem with selling people. By the way, no problem at all.
Hey,
especially in the
I'm right there with you. There with you. But like, we already have another technically, like, especially if Quenda's playing on the left because he's left foot dominant. Like, we already have another winger coming in technically.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
why do we have to sell though? That's my problem.
No, there's too many of them.
If you wanted to buy another real winger,
what do you need to sell one?
There's too many of them.
There's too many with Quenda.
How many Man City got?
Man City have got what, 3?
Yeah, but a lot of those are inside players though too.
No, but they're all the same profile though. Like you got.
No, they're not. No, they're not. It's only Savinho and Doku who are the
Savinho, Doku, and Savinho.
I'm just saying like the player that you can profile is the same kind of player. You got Semenyo, Marmoush, Foden.
Those are inside players.
Yeah, all but again, but
Doku and Savinho are outside players.
You're missing my point. You're trying to be too quick to rebuttal. My point is, City has an assortment of riches in one specific. They didn't think, we need to sell Marmoush before we can bring in Semenyo.
I don't agree with that.
We need to sell Foden before we can bring in, a Marmoush. No, they just said.
Yeah, but you're using
different guys.
I'm sorry, Rob. You're using inequivalencies to try to make a point, and it does not make
different
sense.
Positions.
You're literally making it. You're using.
Yeah, they got directors to do the job properly.
Make a point.
No, I'm just saying you.
That's right. Not equivalent. Marmoush is their backup striker. It's not equivalent. Yeah. Like Semenyo is they've been playing two strikers up top recently. They have Foden. They have the option. Let me finish, bro. I'll let you talk. Let me finish. They have Foden and Cherki who are inside players. Reinders, an inside player. They have Doku and Savinho, outside players. Like they're different profiles. They're different styles of players. They do not have the same things. And for you to say, why wouldn't they sell? Why don't they sell Marmoush? Well, they wanted to sell Marmoush in January when they tried to get Savinho. They wanted to. They tried to. There was option. They tried to put him on the market. Like they tried to put him out there.
Yeah,
Marmoush wanted to wait. Remind me.
No, he wanted to go for game time. To be fair, in January, I think it was more City not letting him go because they had no.
But I think though, Don. If we look at, I think Saturday's game was a instant of what we desperately need in the squad when you don't have a Palmer or an Enzo.
Exactly.
To call on, right? Because I tell you why, you play 3 at the back fine, but when your wing backs aren't wing backs, then you need that ball carrier, right? Because you had Lavia and Santos basically sitting, right? Yeah. Not one of them was being like the extra man making the run off of the lap off of a Neto or something like that. So I agree with Joe in the sense that it would be that we'll go for Rodgers, but someone put in the chat will probably start in CISO.
Yeah, this is the thing though.
I wouldn't be surprised, but I do think that we'll spend big on one player again this summer. We'll spend 60 to 70 million on one player this summer again. Like I know it.
I'm sorry, man. I'm not ready. I am not ready for the constant updates from Fabrizio talking about.
He needs to allow me.
Operation Rodgers.
Yeah, Reg, I'm sorry, bro. Man's going to be telling us about what he had for breakfast and that, yeah?
Bro,
and what he's about to eat tomorrow, blood.
Well,
and then what's going to happen
is
is
almost done, Don, and it's almost Fabrizio time, so get ready.
He switched agents, though, Don. He switched agents to Cole Palmer's
agent. It doesn't matter if he switched agents.
Bro, I'm telling you that shit's going to happen.
Man, you know how it goes. It's going to be...
I'm not happy about it either, by the way. Like, I don't think that this guy is that good. I've never thought he was that good.
Well, Morgan Rogers.
Yeah. I think he goes up a level with better players around him, bro.
I agree. I agree with that. I agree with that. When he doesn't have to be the focal point, the absolute focal point of everything, I think it does make a difference.
Even now, Joey, he's been the focal point because they've literally got their midfield's wiped out, bro. You know what I'm saying, Ben? Like, if you've got Rodgers, I can just imagine this guy linking up with Palmer and that, the amount of players that he
a double one of these. I
think for me, it just depends on what his job. For me, with Rodgers, I think it's one of them ones. I think the typical kind of ones we have in football now, where a man is really good but also a little bit overrated. I think it's the way I feel about Morgan Rodgers, right?
Yeah, 100.
I think it all depends on what his job is going to be in it, because you don't really want him right on the touchline, but I don't want him to. I can imagine on certain days, for example, him and João Pedro on the same pitch might be a bit. It can be very good. It can be a bit nasty. You know, it really depends on what both of them decide to do that day. What sense? As in the amount of shots getting popped at times. You know, I don't know if you remember that period under Lampard that Mason Mount had, where it was almost like it's like what you said about GA earlier, right? In terms of if I don't score, I'm not looked at as bringing value to this team right now, if that makes sense. And it's like what you said about the focal point thing. Things are creatively, Rodgers is not like any sort of vision passing creative 10. He plays like more, I guess, a bit more of a second striker even when he plays.
He can create, bro. He can create. He's not bad at creating.
I disagree. I think he is a pretty good creator, actually.
No, he can create.
The one thing that he can bring for us specifically is ball carrying. It's something we
agree. Exactly.
But my thing,
this is what I'm going to ask you, man. Let Ben go on, Ben, finish.
My thing is just level. When I say that, it's with the caveat, of course, of that baseline level. But we were talking about a guy that is in the 10 known for creating, not a case that he can, and we don't know he can create, but in terms of being an elite creator, that's not his type of 10.
Yeah, but the thing is,
how tall is he? How tall is he?
I think he's like 6 foot, to be fair.
Fine. I want tall players.
He's like 6'2", actually.
I'm sick of having Bobby.
He's too nice. He's a tall guy, bro.
I need tall players. I need basketball type players.
For me, you know,
I'm sorry with Andrew.
Let me run the lights real quick, people, because listen, we've got over 300 people here, and we haven't even touched 100 likes. What's going on, man? Yeah, can everyone please smash the likes? I'm about to put Ben's Twitter in the description, people. You're gonna be seeing Ben a lot on the channel. You know what I mean? It sounds very much like ads. I don't know if you lot have noticed. It sounds like ads. You know what I mean?
Nah, it makes more sense than ads.
Big up ads, man. He's not in the chat right now, so I don't think he's watching. He said he's busy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is ads. Can ads even defend himself or nah?
Don't worry, I'll tell him in the group. I'm gonna pencil that down. 58 minutes, 58 minutes. I'm gonna snitch. I'm gonna snitch like Randall. I'm snitching like Randall.
Robert said more sense than ads.
Well, you're about to say something, Rob, before I cut you off, man.
No, I was about to say, for me, Morgan Rogers reminds me of a more or less of a Grealish, like a big fish in a small pond, like where everything is catered. Like, because when you come to Chelsea, you're not gonna be option number 1, 2, or 3. So you're gonna have to play a role, which means tracking back and doing all the dirty work, which for me will take away from the brilliance that we've seen exhibit sometimes at Villa. So if you want to see Morgan Rogers be the Morgan Rogers that you see, he needs to be a small fish in a big, a big fish in a small pond. Because if he goes to a City or comes to Chelsea, or myself and the Eze, same thing where you go to a big team, but you can't play your game freely because you have to be part of a system that makes the better players than you shine. Like the Cole Palmers and the João Pedros and the Enzos and the Caicedo.
That's the problem.
What happens when you go to a better team, though?
But then you don't get the Morgan Rogers. You get.
I think it depends. It depends on the role.
You get the Grealish at City version, right? Not the
Grealish.
This is what I'm saying.
The issue is maybe is not the player, not the name of the player. It's the type of player. Because we're like like we know that Enzo's Marmite in the fan base. He's had a Marmite type season. Do you know what I mean? He's been shit in games. He's been good in games. But the issue is, when Palmer's like not playing, there's no one to replace Enzo. That type of player.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? There's no one. That's what I'm talking about. So that should be a profile.
That's what I was going to ask you, man. That's what I was going to ask you, man.
We should have. We should
if you had to
profile on the bench.
If you had to pick out of these three, if you had to rank where you're putting them, right? Very similar profiles, because everyone knows I've been saying we need a ball carrier for time. The last ball carrier we had in the team centrally was Felix, and he wasn't everyone's cup of tea. Yeah,
crikey.
I'm not gonna get Andrew started off. But what you might say, if you had to rank these three, yeah, so in Dai, Rogers, or Morgan Gibbs White, where would you
who Rogers or Gibbs White?
Gibbs White was last.
Dai,
and Dai,
Rogers or Morgan Gibbs White. Let me know in the chat as well.
For ball carrying alone.
For what? Yeah, in terms of that profile, who would you go for?
Oh, and that, if we're talking about ball carrying, and Dai's ball carrying is ridiculously good, right? If we're talking, are we talking about someone to be backup / supplement? Are we talking about like an Eze at Arsenal, basically? But for us,
no, a lot of these guys are gonna be. They're not gonna be starting in every game. That's
and Dai, bring me and Dai or Gibbs White then, because with Rogers, right?
Gibbs White.
Yeah, for me.
Why are you not laughing at Gibbs White? Gibbs White's a baller, bro. Like,
he's not.
Gibbs White's a baller, bro.
We're talking about the job. But also think about the job that the person would be doing. Like, think about the job that the person would be doing. We're talking about someone that's not always necessarily going to start, but also can make an impact as well. Me personally, I don't actually want.
But they're going to cost the same. They're going to cost the same.
No, if Forrest go down, Gibbs White, give me that 40 mil. You know what I mean? Black Friday.
And he'll be happy to come in as a squad player, if anything, bro.
Exactly.
You'll be happy to come in as a squad player.
That's the type of player that if they're starting, you're not mad, and if they're on the bench, you're also not mad. Like, whereas I think that's going to be a problem with Rogers. I think with Rogers,
is Gibbs White better than KDH?
No.
Yes.
I think it's at the same sort of level. I think it's at the same sort of level.
Yeah. They're on par.
I think it's at the same sort of level.
I think maybe, but the thing crucially for me is that KDH is an 8. He was an 8 more than anything else. Like he played 10 for Leicester at times and that kind of stuff. But really, he's probably most comfortable doing a bit of everything. We're doing a bit of both.
Inside attacking player. That's
right. Whereas Gibbs White is actually genuinely a 10. There are some things that he has specialties at just because of his profile alone, if that makes sense. So it's the profile we're looking for. Yeah.
Even the goal he scored against City the other day, bro. Like, bro, exactly. I'm not watching Gibbs White, you know. Gibbs White is underrated. Underrated, bro. He's a very good backup for Palmer, bro. Very good. Even you might know what I think of Dewsbury Hall. Dewsbury. No, I was defending this guy last season. Man was trying to cook me. Now they're begging him again. You know what I mean?
All I know
he's
is
not actually a 10 though, isn't it?
I don't know, guys. I think Morgan Rogers is the best out of the bunch, though. Still, and why does it have to be? And I also feel like why do we have to be like looking for a squad player? Like, why is it that we can't just look for a player that's going to push our first team player? Like
that's what it is, though. I think that's what it is.
I don't see it as like if Morgan Rogers comes in, you can play Enzo deeper again. Like you can do things that you did, like do different things that you would want to do. Be more tactically flexible. Like I don't know. Maybe I'm looking at it differently than you guys.
Keep it like this, fellas. I know it's gonna happen in the summer. The word smoke screens will happen. We're going to be linked to Fermin Lopez. We're going to be linked to Fermin Lopez for like 6 weeks, and then frigging Archie Gray comes in the door for 35 million. That's going to go down. That's what's happening.
That's realistic.
I wasn't saying
Archie Gray isn't even a bad player, but like what we're talking about here is like.
He's not. Joey, and the point that I'm making, I'm not saying go and get squad players. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying whoever we bring in, whether it's Rogers, whether it's Ndai, whether it's Gibbs White, yeah, bro. At some point, they will be on the bench at some point. But the point is, they are good enough to start. That's my point. You get?
But I think Joey, maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the player that you bring in is a player that will more or less push Cole Palmer, where Cole Palmer kind of feels safe. If you bring Morgan Gibbs White, Cole Palmer ain't worried that is gonna. If you bring in a Yildiz,
plus if you bring in, Yildiz. By the way, Yildiz, people don't watch.
Yildiz is not really a
Yildiz hasn't scored a goal since January, bro. Like, can we everyone loves this kid. He hasn't scored a goal since.
Gibbs White is sitting on 8 goals this season, 2 assists, bro. and Forest are down there, blood.
I think they're done.
Do you think when Gibbs White walks into the door at Coburn is worried that he's gonna lose his spot?
It's not about being worried. It's about having.
Raising.
Yeah, go on, Ben. Go on, Ben.
It's about raising the floor. I think we're looking at way too linear. Like it's not about he's gonna sit on the bench for him. He's directly. It's his floor raising. If Ben Palmer is out, we have no one else to even do some of what Palmer does.
I think we're all on the same page. I just think that we don't. There's certain players that we like. Each of us like, and each of us don't like.
It's all about.
Let me land on
it's all about quality options. That's what it is.
Exactly.
Quality options.
It's quality options, bro. Like put it like this: when Palmer was injured, bro, I'm playing Gibbs White there instead of Pedro, bro. I'll play Gibbs White behind Pedro.
But you know what? I would actually rather play Enzo in the 10 than Gibbs White in the 10.
No, but okay, Rob.
I think we're stretching it.
That's what it is.
Here's the thing, Rob. Right, this season when we did that, our option on the bench was Buenos Noches, for Christ's sake. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's the problem. Right?
Exactly.
That's the problem.
Exactly.
So this is what I'm saying.
Andrew, the point is like. Some of us prefer Morgan Gibbs White more than others. That's just the only thing that
I understand that.
We're
But
getting
Jerry,
stuff up.
no matter what it is, Jerry, like I said before, it's whether they start or they don't start. We want to be a club that plays 60+ games.
Yeah, we don't have enough options for that position.
That's what I mean. Like on Saturday, it was crying out for a person like Morgan Rogers to take the ball, and we probably would have won the game more comfortably than we ended up doing. Do you know what I mean? That's the issue. We didn't even have that on the bench.
It's profiles.
Do you know what I mean? We didn't have
profiles
more than anything else.
Let me read a few things because people listen. People, please. If you don't really know much about players, yeah, there's no need to just like overly comment, overly cook them because people are talking about Gibbs White like he's trash, right? Last season he got 7 goals, 8 assists, right? Season before that, let me go check the season before that. He got 5 goals, 10 assists, bro. This is a guy who
I still feel like it's kind of meh, though, Don. That's
no, but that's on a baseline level.
I think it's kind of meh.
I've watched enough of Gibbs
player,
White, man. I've watched enough of Gibbs White to know that he would come into this team and actually he could improve. And he's not the type of player where we need to be playing man week in, week out. Bro, Man City, we're trying to sign this guy, bro.
Can I send this link to Alexis? Can I send the link to Alexis?
Yeah, send it, bro. Send it.
Don, furthermore on that as well, yeah. I don't remember, even that season before that you're talking about, there was times he was playing in a double pivot, bro. Like, as in he wasn't even playing 10 full time. The guy is very multifaceted. For me, it's all about profiles at the end of the day, right? I looked at yesterday's game, and for me, it was clear, and this is entirely correct from Rosina as well, that ultimately, no matter what we do in this situation, I just don't want my first team and my starting ballers to be having to pick up minutes here and potentially stress their muscles because we've got big games coming up. Champions League, I think it's Newcastle between that as well. The problem is, again, even if we're talking about playing like FIFA or whatever, right? Your second 11 isn't just an anyhow second 11 put together. It's made up of the right profiles at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. So when I looked at the game on Saturday, right, there's one thing I said to my brother when we were watching the game, right? In the first half, there was a space that Delap was able to drop into, and he was having a good time there, to be fair. Just dropping in, getting it to feet, sometimes straight from Sanchez, right? But then in the second half, we brought Guiu, and I can't remember who came off, and it essentially went 2 up top. And then took someone, I can't.
Exactly. But Ben's right. Listen, all this it's not about the first 11. It's about the first 20. I'll tell you what, there's 9 subs. It's about a first 20 now, not a first 11. Because now it's 9 subs, and you can make 9 subs on the bench, and you can make 5 of them during the game. It's about that. Okay, it's about having the quality on the bench. When I look at that bench Saturday, I tell you, I was like, whatever. Do you know what I mean? I was like, hopefully we get this done without having getting any injuries and getting through. Whereas we should be going, I can see him coming on, or I can see him coming on. Oh, you know what? He's going to change the game. He's going to change the game. And it was like
exactly. Let me read some of the super chats before I bring in man like Alexis as well. Big up Alexis, yeah. Wire says I don't mind Essugo, his quality. What you guys think of Essugo quickly, Alexis?
I think.
It says I'm taking Essugo over Morgan personally. Any of you not taking Essugo?
No. Bring me Morgan Gibbs White in that situation.
What's your problem with Gibbs White, mate? Go on, tell us,
bro.
Another double barrel surname at Chelsea. That's what it will be. Another double barrel.
Gibbs White is a good player, right? He's a good player. The problem is I don't think the minute he comes to Chelsea, he won't start, so he'll be rusty when he comes off the bench. And then the expectation will be, well, we spent 60 million. He's not starter quality. I don't think that's genuine competition for Palmer, nor for the double eights behind him. So I don't know where he fits. I'd rather spend the money on someone that can play left wing and someone that can play 10. So someone that's primarily a left winger, but then can do a job in the 10.
So you're more for like an Ndiaye then? You're more for like an Ndiaye. But
Ndiaye's a good player.
No. It's my last choice. My last choice. But for people to act like
I'll even put it this way. I'd rather not sign him if it means if it's no one or Gibbs White.
One at a time, man. Alexis, finish your point and Joey come in.
So if you give me an option, right? No, that's all good, bro. If you give me an option and it's like no one and you keep the money until someone better comes available or Gibbs White, I'd rather do no one.
Yeah, it's 60 mil.
I hear that.
60 mil, I agree.
So
I agree.
I'd rather keep the money rather than buy someone that in 12 months we're gonna say, you know what, we need to shift him. It's just a stopgap signing. I don't like that.
Yeah, but the reason why there's this perception of what you're saying about
why I would do Enciso over Morgan Gibbs White, because I think that we could at least sell Enciso right away if we wanted to.
Yeah, but the thing is,
the problem is Enciso won't play, right?
Exactly.
Enciso would be a better version of what Buonanotte was for us.
That's but this is the thing.
How much better? How much better in the biggest moments when it matters?
I mean, we're not. But that's not what we're asking for.
No, it is. I'll be honest.
Why are we asking for someone that doesn't make any sense? If you're asking for a rotational piece and it's going to be a stopgap, then
I'll explain it. I'll explain it because right, I think the problem is in them situations, right? If Palmer goes out injured and our response is to move and shift people about rather than play his backup, that backup is not good enough. If Odegaard's get injured tomorrow, Eze is playing. When we talk about the idea of a floor raiser, that's what we're talking about. And so I actually
I'm not spending 60 million on Morgan Gibbs White.
No. 60 mil, I don't think anybody wants. I really like Gibbs White, and at 60 mil, I'm hella not doing that shit, right? But my thing is that the essence.
I think you're less than that, bro. I'm looking at his market value, saying 60 to 65 million euros.
And Forest, I think are going to need to. They might potentially need to sell somebody this summer just on a PSR thing.
Unless they win the Europa League and then they get Champions League football.
Yeah, that's true.
My thing with that is I don't rate Gibbs White as much as you do. So if it was Gibbs White was the option, I would rather put Enzo in the number 10 and then bring in a replacement for Enzo like a Barco or somebody.
I would too.
Move. Yeah, but Enzo, that means Enzo's now getting overplayed now. That means Enzo's literally not getting overplayed.
Enzo becomes your starting 8 and your backup 10. And then
exactly. I can't have that because he's playing. That means he's
playing every game now. That means he's playing every game now.
No, he's not. He won't play. What? He won't play every game.
No, but you know, acting like Lavia doesn't exist. Santos doesn't exist. Essugo doesn't exist.
It's profiles.
Lavia's got to play 6 months without injury first before you can say he exists. You know.
That's what we do now, guys. By the way.
Sorry, let me just make this point as well.
That's what we do now. There's nothing different.
This is what I'm saying in terms of it isn't just a case of having bodies there. It's do you have the right profiles? If we're talking about a midfield, you probably want an orthodox 6. You probably want a guy that's a bit more of a deep line playmaker, get his head up, conduct play from deep, and you want more of a 10. So I get what you guys are saying, but in that situation, we have bodies there, but they're just bodies. They're not the right profiles. They're quality bodies at their roles, but their roles don't make up.
And Enzo ain't the ball carrier we're talking about. Like, he's not the ball carrier.
Do you know what? But guys, do you know what I think could happen next year?
Before you make your point, I want to go back to your last point before I forget, right? Because you said about, these guys won't play. Bro, it's Maresca that's giving you that perception. Because even Dewsbury Hall himself came out talking about, it didn't matter what I did in training. It didn't matter what I did in training. It was bare weird. I would never play. And I kept saying
the Conference League. Or how would I play the Conference League?
Exactly. I kept saying this. Last season, when people were crashing Dewsbury Hall for his on the ball, she looks shy and that. I'm like, bro, I have seen a confident Dewsbury Hall, right? Yeah. The guy's getting Mickey Mouse minutes. He's not getting any confidence, any belief from the manager, who just had him, which was weird. That was the weirdest part. He just had him, and he got player of the season, 26 GA, Alexis, yeah? And this guy's getting,
Mickey Mouse.
Hold on. My point is,
play your numbers in championship.
regardless of the championship, tell me all the midfielders who've got that GA. Tell me all the midfielders who've got all that GA in the championship.
Put Enzo Fernandez in the championship. We'll get that GA. But
there's levels though. But look at the level of player we're talking about.
Like, what are we doing here?
The point that before
I don't know what we're doing anymore.
The point that I'm making, Alexis, right, is Dewsbury Hall should have got way more game time than what he was getting, bro. This guy was getting nothing, and that was because of the manager that didn't trust him. Rafinha might manage things differently, bro. He might look here and say, "Yo, Palmer, in fact, you're gonna start coming off now because we need to manage your injury stuff, right?"
I think he's already shown that he's on handling things differently as well. I think he's already shown that.
You know what I mean? Over Christmas, Maresca was poor managing over Christmas. 2 years in a row, bro. 2 years in a row.
Do you know what I think will happen next year?
Why are we doing the Maresca thing again, son?
Forget Maresca. But you know
because Alexis, I had to because Alexis is talking about these guys aren't going to play. That was a different manager.
I just
don't understand. I don't understand the point though. Now, like, can we go back to the point?
I think that the main point was like, and KDH is one of those players who I think if you play him with better players, like in actually meaningful games, he will, his performance level will
improve.
Guys, can I just say something though? Like, do you not think the bar's on the floor a little bit as well? As much as we all like Keenan Dewsbury before, the fact that we're having to go on this long about that level of player, not in a rude way, really like him.
No, you're spot on. It's not in a rude way. You're spot on.
Like Arsenal are talking about how can they unlock Eze as their backup 10, and we're talking about Dewsbury Hall versus Enciso.
But this is why I don't think I don't think Eze and Morgan Gibbs White are like close though. Like
I can hear that.
But Ben, I slightly disagree with you because as the point I made, I think in a team like ours, in a team like Arsenal, I think ADH might be more functional than an Eze. Because Eze requires a certain level of freedom, whereas KDH can be much more productive in a setting where he will do a job, right? Tactically, you can deploy him. So
you're spitting. I think Eze.
Yeah, Eze is better. But if you are in Chelsea or in Arsenal, I think as a backup, you might find KDH to be more functional and more useful because it doesn't need that much freedom to operate effectively.
You know what though? You're spitting though because I honestly believe, as shit as Eze's been, I think he would actually be good in the system that we've got, bro. I'll be real.
100%. 100% agreed. 100% agreed.
But why is it that we can't go for Morgan Rogers then? Why is it that we would go?
Nobody said we can't. We can't.
That's my point in the end. Like, what's the?
I'd go for him out of the choices we made here. I'd go for him.
And you know what else, man? Boys, but you know what I think will happen? I think we get a Morgan Rogers and the 10 solution will be between Rogers, like if Palmer's out, or Estevao. Because I don't think Estevao's agent was coming out and talking about, we see him long-term in the 10, with Kenda coming in as well. You can see he's going to be the backup on the right and backup on the left.
One at a time, man. It doesn't help the viewers. Alexis, finish.
So like, Kenda's the right winger now, right? But we've seen comments recently from like Ben Jacobs, and this guy's getting fed stuff from the club. They view him as someone that can play on the right and on the left. And all of a sudden, if you signed Rogers will be the starting left winger or like the inside left winger forward. You have one keeping the width on the right, Palmer doing his thing through the middle. Something happens to Palmer, you have two options in the middle. I just think Rogers is the one that elevates like the starting lineup rather than Ndai and Gibbs White, who I think they're bench options. Like, I like Ndai, but can Ndai do it against consistent low blocks?
I think so. I think Ndai's got enough dog. He's got way too much dog in him. I think he would actually come and show a lot.
Do you think he has enough finishing in him, though? This is what I'm worried about.
I think he's got enough in him to just create so many situations constantly, and I think the price. Because for me, I wouldn't go for Rogers, but that's because I think the price that they'd end up trying to charge us just doesn't make it worth it for me. I think Rogers is a good player, but I do think he's still overrated. And
I think I agree. I think the price.
I think he'll be above. He'll be like 80 million in it, probably.
I agree. I
wouldn't be surprised. Did he sign a new contract recently?
But it's one of those weird ones where it's got clauses in it.
Yeah, I bet you there's a Champions League club clause in there, especially if Aston Villa don't make it and don't win Europa League, something like that, and that there's a set price like a Morgan Gibbs White secret one that no one knew about, like something like that. I bet there's something like that. I agree. Listen, I agree with it. I said it before. It's not about quantity now; it's quality. It's options. It's a 20-man team, not 11-man team. Like I said, you got to have something off the bench that can change things, like against the Leeds, like against the Burnley when we didn't have that. Do you know what I mean? Just something.
Yeah, look at Pedro.
No, Don. For me, yeah.
Pedro is more than good enough to start. We know this, yeah. But like, if you need to certain games, you can bring him off the bench and you can depend on him. He literally came on and helped change the game on Saturday, bro. That's what we're talking about.
Don. I can't believe, I can't believe we're contemplating Morgan Rogers. I'm taking my man, bro. Let me tell you why. Because he's a similar mold to Zhao, where they've been in the Prem, not as long as Zhao. I keep telling people, captain of Watford, done his thing, cult hero at Brighton. People need to stop underrating that. He was leading at like 19 years old. Do you get me? And Morgan Rogers is similar, where he's a talisman of Aston Villa, a team that's challenging for European trophies and top 4 at his age. If he joins our team, I can guarantee you the same defense, him and other attackers, obviously Palmer staying fit, they'll bail us out of so many games. Yeah. I've seen, for example, the Arsenal game the other week. Arsenal played crap. That one player, Raya, saved the game for them. That was the only difference. It wasn't like Chelsea got outdone, and those results throughout the season help you challenge, help you win trophies. It's not necessarily playing well every single game. We're not going to. It's impossible.
Fact.
Especially the amount of games you play. So for me,
I agree heavily.
Bringing him there, bringing him, he can play off the left. He can play in the 10. He can play in the 8 if we play like, when Enzo plays that kind of attacking kind of
like the half little pockets. Yeah.
And then that means you wouldn't need to get another left winger because you have 2 left wingers. We don't rate them, but they wouldn't need to start anymore. Like you could play Rodgers there and then change the formation up. So for me, it's unrealistic for people to think Gittins and Galancho are both leaving. They're both not. So for me, if that's going to be the case, get me somebody who can play there, but more importantly, can cover Palmer. Do you get me?
Yeah.
For me, I've been trying to say that for a minute in terms of the idea of floor raising. When I look at Arsenal, when I look at us when we were good, when I look at Arsenal, when I look at City, bro, there are some times where it's just a standard 3 p.m. game, 6 out of 10 team performance, 2-0 win. Why is it that our attackers always need to play excellent just for us to get away with what should be normal wins? This is where the floor level needs to come up rather than even the. I don't think
we need more match winners. We need more match winners.
Yeah, but not even just that. It's just on a floor level thing, on a basic. What does our 6 out of 10 as a team look like? Do we need to be hitting 8 and 9 out of 10 to beat flipping Nottingham Forest on a 3 p.m. At Stamford Bridge? No, we shouldn't. Like sometimes it's a 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10 team performance, 2-0 win, 3 p.m. Like everything has to become a thing for us. And for me, it's not because we don't have good players. We have good players, but it's because the disparity between the ceiling level and the floor level is too big.
Let me ask you, Alexis, how about Xavi Simmons?
So this is what I wanted to add, essentially to Joey's point, right? I think a lot of our fans don't watch a lot of foreign leagues. So the perception of players in other leagues is that they're a lot better than they really are. Like the idea of Bacola in a lot of Prem fans' head is a lot better than what he is in reality. Like Bacola is one of the most. He's one of the most wasteful finishers. Like I actually think the minute he comes to Chelsea, people will cook him. Yildiz is a very, very good player. However, if Yildiz is ready to take the step up against the consistent low blocks that he's going to be seeing in the Prem in a more physical league, with Rodgers, the one thing that gives me more confidence is he knows the league, so we know from a physical standpoint and acclimatization standpoint, it's there. It's now just, is he of the level? And you said match winner. Bro, one thing I can say about that guy, he is a match winner. He loves the long strike. He loves the give me the ball, I'll do it. So that for me is part of the reason. And it'll give us more pace and power, which I think we need in this team. We lack it.
We need some more PM.
We're soft. We're soft.
Bro, you know what I miss, yeah?
He gives us more height. He gives us everything that we're really lacking.
Bro, they have me sounding like a Tinder girl, bro. 6'2", or I'm not interested. Like, do you know how worrying it is?
One last point, and then we'll move on to PSP. One last point, we'll move on to PSP.
Yeah, Alexis is spitting pause, yeah. Because, bro, this is what I'm talking about when I say I miss the days, yeah. I miss the days, yeah, when pundits were racist when they were talking about our team, bro. when they're seeing black men in the midfield and all they're talking about is pace and power, bro. And I miss that. Bring me back.
That's
like
crazy.
genuinely, we need more. All jokes aside, we actually need more pace and power. Like physicality wise, sometimes.
I hear that point though.
What we're asking Enzo and you know what I actually think as well. I actually don't think Enzo is anywhere near as bad physically and athletically as people get onto him for. The job we ask this guy to do.
He covers a lot of ground.
He covers so much ground. Like
that's a different.
That's
a whole
back.
different. That's a whole different conversation. Let's go rise that right now because
Agreed.
Enzo, we need him to rise on.
He just
on
looks like a
Wednesday,
chubby bulldog. That's all he looks like.
Right.
He covers a lot of ground.
Big up, man. We've got over 300 people here. Listen, not even 150 likes. Let's get to 200 real quick, man.
Hey,
Don't.
Just on a side note, there was a lot making of Arsenal scoring 101 goals this season, yeah? In all comps. We've scored 94, you know. We scored 94. You know?
Scored 94?
Yeah,
and our top scorer for the last 2 seasons has been injured for 6 months.
Yeah, so, you know.
Wait.
But boys, why are we doing this? We know why these stats don't get portrayed for Chelsea because we're not challenging.
We're not up there.
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
You
know what I
mean? When you win, no one needs to explain anything for you. When you lose, everyone has to explain.
I disagree.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be displayed for Chelsea either. Like no,
Chels, are you on another holiday?
No, Rob, that's not true. Like, come on.
Let me pick up the sponsor real quick, yeah? People, make sure you're checking out Jersey FC Soccer Shop, man. Don CFC at checkout for 20% off. Like I keep telling you, lot, all those tops that you can see, they're on there. But there's a lot of people in here. I can see, I forgot my man's name, but he's in it. He's an Arsenal fan, he's a gooner. There's some tops for you, lot. He's trying to troll us right now, people, saying he wants us and that. You know what I mean? He wants us in the next round and whatnot, you know. But big up Jersey FC Soccer Shop, people. Make sure you're checking them out. Like I said, Don CFC at checkout for 20% off. But just one last point around these ball carriers, yeah? Yes or no on Xavi Simons? Just yes or no before moving to PSG?
No.
For how much?
Yeah, how much?
Cheeky little fiver, bro. This is again relegated. £5.
40 mil, yes.
Not in replace of Rodgers for me. If it's him or Rodgers, I'm choosing Rodgers. I'll pay extra 20 million.
He's very lightweight. He's very
For me,
lightweight.
on both, it depends on the price, innit?
Do you know what? No.
Nah,
He's
Rodgers, I'll pay up
player.
to 90 million.
He's another small player. No, I don't want these small players anymore. I don't want them.
You're taking him, yeah?
No.
I like cooks, man. I like cooks in the kitchen, and he's a cook, man. 40 mil, I'll take. Bring me him quickly. No problem.
Yeah,
I'm
gonna say, oh, Jaden Smith couldn't header it out. No, thank you, bro.
Jaden Smith.
Let's move on to the preview.
Fuck off. That's what it is.
Let's move on to the preview for the big one on Wednesday, man. Because man, I don't know about you, man. I'll go straight into it. I think we're gonna win, innit? Personally, I think we're gonna win. But the question here is, how are we going to get this dub? What do we need to do to get this dub, man? I'll come to you first of all, Joey. In terms of the setup, we'll just go through positions and then we can talk tactics and whatnot. Yeah. Goalkeeper. That's not straightforward.
That's an interesting one now. That's an interesting one now. Because Sanchez started the FA Cup, so that's an interesting one.
I don't think it's interesting. I think it's Jorgensen's now.
I think,
You think so too?
I do as well. I think Jorgensen starts. I really do.
Jorgensen still makes me nervous, though. I'll be honest.
Oh, he's still shit as well. He's shit as well.
What doesn't make me nervous about him is when he's passing the ball. I'm never worried about him passing the ball. I'm worried about him fucking cross collecting. That's what I'm worried about.
I don't know, bro. There was against Villa the other night when he didn't pass it and he got brushed off the ball.
He's calm on the ball, bro. I know how calm he is on the ball.
Our goalkeeping situation is Turd Sandwich douche scenario again. It doesn't really matter. They're both shit. So it doesn't matter.
But what it is, Andrew, the reason why he's starting though, if he does start, is because of the quality on the ball, bro. Like the way he manipulates the ball, bro, very, very like he
doesn't hold on to it.
See Sanchez against Wrexham. I don't know what's been going on in the past 2 games. This guy was giving some bubbly passes, bro. Like Jorgensen just punches it. You know what I mean? Just gives it boom. The ball just goes.
Sanchez has a lackadaisical style and hangs on.
I mean, when we're capable of being able to play through, if the goalkeeper is being capable of breaking lines, bro, it's like they literally we change the perception on the way that teams have to press us.
Fine.
It's now. We thought we could take it off of your goalkeeper. Now they're running at. Now we have runners at you, and that's literally what happened again. That's what happened against
Villa the entire game. They thought they could press us,
Yeah.
but once it actually started to, once Jorgensen actually was breaking their lines pretty much every single time that he touched the ball.
It was dark for them.
It got dark for him, bro.
Let's go Andrew and Joey. So Andrew, I'll come to you. Right back and right centre back, bro. Who are you picking? And then Joey, I'll come to you for
Reece James. Reece. Oh,
no, say it the way Robert said it. If Gusto played, we win.
I think. Well, I think.
You think Gusto starts and then Reece in the midfield?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Fine. Whatever.
I think that's what he's gonna do, bro. Personally, that's why I think he didn't start Gusto. I think he started Josh because I think he was giving him.
That's why the pivot was what the pivot was as well.
The fucking ball, the fucking ball watcher is going to play right side, isn't he? Fucking ball.
Oh, we know it's going to be Chalobah on this side. We know that. I think that writes itself. And then left back, I think Cuckoo.
It has to
Andrew,
be.
Which one's the ball watcher, Gusto or Chalobah?
They're both.
No.
Let me come to. Wait, hold on. Chez is still here, innit? Hold on. Is he backstage?
No, Chez is gone.
No, he's there. He's backstage, bro. I'm just putting him back up. All right, cool. Rob, let me come to you, Rob and Ben. What we saying? I'll come to you, Ben, for the pivot. What are you saying for the pivot, man?
Yeah, picks itself. Caicedo, James. Picks itself.
And then how about you, Rob, in terms of the attacking midfielder?
It'll be Enzo, innit? In this setup, it'll be Enzo Palmer on the right and
Neto.
Yeah, Neto.
God, Neto. Fuck.
I want to say Garnacho, you know.
No, get stuffed. Get stuffed, man.
I want to say Garnacho on the left.
We're
I don't know, bro.
Garnacho
played like he played a 90 against Villa, a 120 against Wrexham. I don't know.
Nah, this guy.
What are we saying in the midfield though?
We're playing PSG,
did he
not
take
Port
Neto
Vale.
off in that game? Did he take
Why
Neto
would we
off?
stay in the midfield?
He did?
He did take him off. Yeah, he did.
He took him off. He came off, innit? He was doing that stupid smile that he does when he knows he fucked up.
Was it not an extra time?
Yeah.
No. Neto plays, man.
I think Neto's
playing. Neto's playing.
Neto probably playing just for running power. And you know what? In a game like that, I'd probably rather do it. You see Garnacho, we've all gone to school with guys like Garnacho. They're the type of you can't gas them. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like you get the best out of a guy like that. When he feels like
he's not faster than
ready.
the fullbacks that he's going to be going up against.
Wait, man gets one girl, all of a sudden he can get any girl in the world. That's Garnacho.
You know what I mean?
Facts, bro.
You know them, man. If you see them smiling on the pitch, just know they're about to do a whole load of bullshit, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? He needs to feel like I've got haters. Like, do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Now, big facts, though. But yeah, I think Go on, Rob.
I know that this is the lineup that Rosina is gonna go with, but again, I will keep on saying it. I'm not a big fan of racing midfield.
Bro, that's what I'm saying.
I hear you,
dead man.
Let me just say something. Me and Rob agree. Me and Rob, yeah. It's not that I don't like Reece in the middle. I just prefer Santos there. But let me say something, Rob. In this particular game, right? In the Villa game, Reece in the middle, bro. The passes, the way that the guy was just playing the passes in behind and that, I think it'll be similar. I think he's gonna go for a similar thing in this game.
And Don, their midfield
doing this.
So
their midfield can be severely depleted.
I kind of want to give Rob a little bit of credit here, though. Like, I actually agree with you in a sense, Rob. Like, but in games where when there's games where we have space in behind, there is no better player on our team to have on.
Tracks, bro. Santos long range. I'm sorry, I love him.
If you're telling me, Rob, if you're telling me, Joe, we're playing Burnley or we're playing one of these like low block teams, like I'd be like, yeah, Rob, you're right. We shouldn't play Reece in the midfield. But just because of the style of match, that's the only reason why I'm going to disagree.
Agreed.
But outside of that, I do see your point, though. I do see
for PSG, for me, you need to move the ball quicker in between your midfield, right? And I think
I don't think so.
Let him finish.
I said the ball over the top is very good at that. You can even drop, like we saw against Villa. Enzo Fernandez drop deeper, and he starts spreading the ball left and right. Right? I get Reece has to play because he's the captain. Right back actually against the wingers, and for somebody to bomb up and down, Gusto for me is the perfect candidate for that. I get right.
Can I add on to the Rob's point?
I just would have preferred. I know this was gonna play.
Wait, Rob, are you trying to say that you're starting Gusto at right back and then starting Reece on the bench?
Yeah, that's what he was saying.
Is that what I said?
No, don't. Let me caveat Rob's point a bit, yeah. Because
Reece James against Arsenal.
The Reece James in midfield thing, it works, but like, if you man notice, the thing is, he's strong on the ball and his passing accuracy is high. He doesn't lose the ball. So he's very press resistant. But I do feel sometimes in big games, especially when the team high presses like Bayern Munich,
like
on
Arsenal,
the turn,
it's 10 men. Yeah.
On the turn,
it was poor.
Or even Newcastle. Or even Newcastle.
I'm trying to think what game it was. On the turn, he can be a bit slow to progress the ball. Like sometimes he does take a bit long to progress the ball, and it is frustrating against bigger teams. Against bigger teams, I'd rather have a Santos because he's more risk taking. In my opinion,
I agree. I agree with the on the turn point, but I also think that since he's been playing there more regularly, that's become less and less of an issue. So I kind of get the point, but I also think that he makes up for it so much in terms of just his all-roundness.
The Bayern Munich game was a stinker, though. Maybe that's what's in my head. Maybe.
Yeah, that was start of the season.
That was bad.
To be fair,
maybe PTSD, but yeah, maybe. Yeah.
What against Arsenal when he was like, when we played 10 men.
Yeah, I think also as well, I'm like, as much as people say there's that phrase, play the game, not the occasion. I think James in midfield very much is a case of you do have to play the occasion to some extent as well. You're captain in the middle of the park, and the impact that James has on the rest of the team, on the entire game in itself, when he does play in the middle, is massive. I think we also have like it's not just who we're playing and the tactical nuances that might bring. It's also the occasion in itself. And Santos is a really, really good player, by the way. But Santos does take risks with his passes, particularly against lower blocks and that sort of thing. But on an occasion like this, I wouldn't say I've seen him be more of a passenger. I can't say that. He's also a very young lad, and it will come.
He just played 120 minutes as well.
Bro, exactly. But the thing is, on the flip side, Ben, he knows PSG inside out. You know what I mean?
But Don,
that's also true. But I think he likes to keep it moving in these kind of games.
Yeah.
If I'm going to be honest, I really like Santos, by the way. But in terms of, we all play football as well. Yeah, there are certain occasions where, bro, mentally, sometimes certain occasions you don't want to receive the ball. Sometimes certain occasions you want to just keep it simple with your passing. I'm not
scared. Yeah, you're scared
doing that.
Yeah.
But in terms of, sometimes there are occasions where you just feel like you need to play your role rather than be a difference maker. And I think that's what the biggest difference is now in terms of where the two players are against an opponent like PSG. James is going to go in there trying to make a difference.
Let me ask you a question.
Go on, Andrew. And then we'll go to Alexis.
Let me ask you a question. In the summer against PSG in the Club World Cup final, where did Reece James play?
Midfield.
Yeah, he had a good game.
No.
I'm not against it in this particular game, Alexis. For me, I think the game.
That point for me doesn't make sense. That point for me doesn't.
Yeah, well, it does because he
doesn't make no sense.
How does it not make sense?
It does make
sense.
It
makes sense. It does make sense, but
I'll tell you why it doesn't make sense. We're not even playing against the same personnel that they had. Firstly, secondly,
if anything, they're weaker than they were.
They're weaker than Jets. That means he should play midfield.
If anything, they're weaker.
Joey, I'm not against changing midfield per se. I am just worried that I would not be shocked if I think Santos and Caicedo, I think they're very similar in the way they play, and that will give more of a platform for the attackers to have more freedom up front. That's my opinion.
Santos is not playing. He played 120 minutes. Santos is not
playing. And that's not what we're discussing, though. What you're doing is like, I disagree with it, and this is the argument here, right? I think this says more about how much we trust Santos than whether us wanting James in the middle. Because what I think, and this is what I think the problem is, we want more physicality in there, and we don't think Santos is going to bully Zaire Emery, Malulu, and Vitinha the way James can, just purely based on size.
Physicality.
No, but let me finish this.
As well.
I think
It's
in
not
an
about
ideal
physicality,
world,
it's what they're doing on
in
the
an
ball. It's
ideal
what they're doing on
world,
the ball.
Lavia's fit, right? In an ideal world, Lavia starts next to Caicedo with Enzo and Reece is at right back. I think all of us would say then you have the physicality, you got the ball progression, you got everything you want,
Yeah,
right?
100% K, 100% K, 100%.
I
Well,
don't
Alexis,
personally
for
agree
me,
with
it's
that.
not the
I'll be honest.
physicality, bro. I'm just more
I
thinking.
don't think.
I saw him against Villa. Hold on, Ben. Yeah, I saw the game plan against Villa, and I saw how open that space was and that high line. Right. I think that he's gonna use Reece to basically be that guy to exploit that high line and to exploit the space. That's why I'm comfortable with Reece playing there. As much as I prefer Santos there for this particular game, bro. When Reece sees the pass, man's just gonna play the ball, bro.
We're
You know what I
talking
mean?
tactically, right? If we're talking tactically, he's the one that makes the most sense. He's the one that has the capability of finding that ball in behind more frequently than Andre does. Not to say Andre can't, but he has more capability.
And then it's mental as well. On top of what you said, I agree, because it's also one thing, and I said this about Declan Rice, for example, all the time as well. It's one thing seeing the pass, it's another thing being confident enough or having the minerals to go and actually attempt to make that pass as well. And by the way, I don't think Santos is a pussy or nothing like that, by the way. I'm again, I have to make this very clear, right? I actually think he's a good player, and I think he will come, and I think he will grow in confidence, etc., with time and that sort of thing. But in a game like this, I know Reece is taking that ball. He's doing that. He's crashing it. He's making that pass. He's being active. Santos, I feel like, will do the quick. Yeah.
If Lavia was fit most of the time, he starts this game and Reece will be at right back because Lavia can play those passes. Yeah, Lavia can play those passes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Depending on what you're asking for Caicedo from Caicedo, I guess you ask Caicedo to then do that job instead. I get it.
Caicedo and Reece are going to be doing it together. That's a double whammy. Yeah. I'm seeing here, they've got no João Neves, they've got no Ruiz. Brother, who the hell have these men been playing, bruv?
Yeah, for me, youngsters. It's just one of them days.
They've been playing youngsters in the midfield.
Joey, are you sure Kalulu's out?
They're gonna get eaten up, bruv.
I'm pretty sure Malulu's out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Wait, so Neves is out this game, but he played the last game though.
No, Neves is expected to be on the bench, just fit enough for the bench. That's what the PSG accounts are saying.
That guy's overrated too. I don't care, son.
We're
away, G. We're away still.
Perfect. Then that's what I want.
Vitinha is the only one we got. Is the one we got to clamp the fuck down. We clamped Vitinha down, and we don't let Vara get his one-on-one chances too often. Then we'll be all right.
Yep.
Done.
Yep.
Whatever score on tomorrow, if we're leading it or at least if we're in it, we do them at home. That's what happens.
No, we have to. But we have to. For me, bro, we beat them in Paris. It makes the bridge even better.
If we draw, we beat them at home. I'm telling you.
No, I'll be honest. We have to be beating them away.
Even if we draw, at
home, I'm still nervous. Man, I'm still nervous.
All the time. You're nervous all the time.
Yeah,
no, Andrew.
Yeah, you live nervous, bro. You live nervous.
Hey, man, this is about
don't you talk about Chelsea. You just nervous, bro.
No,
Joe doesn't have a pair of shoes that don't shake, son. Like
you don't care about Dembele. Hey, don't let this man gaslight me. You know.
Come on, man. I agree with bro. I agree with bro. I think we're better in bigger games.
You know when someone's got a title. You know when someone's got a title. And they got those initials after his name. Chels is PTSD, bro. That's his initials after his name. It's nervous as hell.
No banter, Chels. Yeah. Every time I think of you, bro. Yeah. Like when I'm talking about the game, that football and that. Yeah. I just think of Courage. You know Courage, the cowardly dog, bro.
Yeah.
No, but he's got a Courage. Let's be real, though.
Hey, man.
Me personally, I want to say
this guy's Scooby-Doo.
I'm not getting gassed it today. I'm sorry. It's not happening, bro. Like Dembele walking up at the bridge. I'm worried, innit? I'm worried, bro.
Do you know what I'm worried about?
Hey, Alexis, you know I'm not hearing this from someone. Don on STS, yeah. Don on STS said the whole house with Stamford Bridge. So he knows himself why I know confidence, bro. Exactly.
That's why I said win away.
No one say to me today, they rock at the bridge 1-1, I'm confident. Based off what?
No,
but that's why I said win away. That's why I said win away.
For me, I'm actually relatively confident that we win away because it's the type of game
away from home, 100%.
Whereas at home, I promise you, this is what I say. I hear bro so much because at home, I feel like I'm just so used to people doing stupid shit. Like it'll be a game where temperaments are just doing mad things. Like
we're gonna do these guys like Barcelona at home. That's what we're gonna do with this.
Group stage game is different to knockout. Let's not. Group stage is different to knockout.
That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do.
That reason there, what you just said about the bridge being a whole house is exactly why we need to win. I want to go into the bridge with an
Exactly,
advantage,
Don. But Andrew
Agreed.
said, but Don, why I said that is because he said, "Oh, 1-1 is calm." I disagree with him.
Nah,
I
yeah,
disagree
we
with
need to win. We need to win. We need to win.
But
I'm sorry.
Don,
Let me read some of the
people
super
keep
chat.
doing this thing, yeah. Let me know my point, guys. Trying to make a point earlier.
Go.
The knockout, this is a very cliche point. We all know this, guys, but for the chat, the knockouts is different to the group stage. Group stage, I'd say the players probably put in like 65, 70%. It's kind of like a free hit. Most teams know they're going to win at home. They'll win some games. Bigger teams kind of guarantee to go through. Look at the table.
Bro,
In the knockout,
I'm telling you right now.
Andrew, in the knockout phases, Dembele, KK, and Doué against our back line, I don't care. That is not good.
I'm telling you right now.
That's not good.
No, I'm telling you right now, right? I'm telling you right now. This team shouldn't even be here. Monaco should have knocked them out. Monaco didn't have a
we deserve to win that game, Joe. I'm not saying that.
Monaco, we'd be playing Monaco, bro. This is not PSG of last year. Okay, it's not PSG of last year.
I never said it. I never said it was. I'm talking about the
yeah, Monaco. Even with 10 men, they were trying to do something.
But Andrew, notice I didn't reference last summer once. I didn't reference last summer once.
Yes,
but
I think
Ask that again, Ben. Ask that again.
Do you think the way they will play? They played Monaco and played. Will play Monaco is the same way they'll play us. We're a perfect example of a team that plays different against different teams.
No. The thing is, Ben. They only have one way of playing.
PSG played Monaco.
Yeah,
They
don't play any other way, bro.
Agreed.
They will try to punch you up in the exact same way, and the difference is, right? They've just got world-class players that on their day they can click for 20 minutes and you're out of the Champions League because they scored three.
Exactly, Alexis. That's what I'm saying.
I'm not talking about style. I actually watch quite a bit of PSG. I'm not talking about style. I'm talking about there's certain days when they do some nonsense against your guys. Where I just look at the players like you guys are just not locked in. You're just not locked in. Your style was the same.
What have we learned? What have we learned from this season? Right, from this even last season, when this team Chelsea aren't favoured or fancied, the levels rise in this squad.
And that's why I think
we are being fancied. The way everyone's talking is like they think we're gonna go through.
Hey,
and
that's what I'm saying, Alexis.
Wait. Who says that though? Who's saying that?
Bro, my whole timeline is telling me,
bro.
Who?
Yeah, but that's Chelsea fans, bro.
No, Joey. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that is true. Because I don't.
One sec, Alexis. Let me explain to Andrew and Joey why I'm saying this. Because what Andrew's saying is spot on. When there's no pressure on us, we perform. As soon as there's pressure, this is very layman, we don't perform usually. Sometimes, like Brentford at home, we might win occasionally. Chelsea, for some reason, but this occasion, I'm not seeing a lot of rivals that Chelsea fans are like saying, I think PSG will smash Chelsea like in the Cup final last year. That was the narrative. They're going to beat them. It's going to be comprehensive. I'm not hearing that this time. A, because we beat them. B, because we're doing okay in the league and they're not doing as good. I think that's bad for us. Because I genuinely believe the players will have a similar mentality of, we done it last year, we can be okay and get through.
Let me just say this.
Well, as much as you want to say that, Chelsea, PSG is 2-1 favorites in all the odd books. So kiss my ass.
I never say this.
For me, I'm not worried.
Keep it that way. We're expected to lose, right? Keep it that way.
Please keep it that way.
I'm not really worried about the first leg. It's the exact type of game we go away and win. We did it against Napoli, for example, as well. Like it's the exact type of game that we go away and win. I'm worried about the home leg. Because that's whenever I see people doing dumb shit.
Worry about that next week. Let's get 3 points.
I'm telling you right now. The levels rise, bro. We've seen it. The levels rise.
I can't wait to talk about this game tomorrow, though. I can't wait to talk about this game tomorrow.
The issue is
Let's
this.
see, innit?
PSG overall are favourites, as it should be. When Liverpool beat Galatasaray, if we beat PSG, Liverpool will be favourites because the second leg is at Anfield. We all know that. If we beat Liverpool,
Chess only gets chess when he's on other streams, bro.
Yeah,
I watch you on PSB. You got so much goddamn chess, and then I have to deal with you with fucking deflated ass chess.
Joey, he does this all the time, you know. He does this all the time.
I can't even deal with that. I watch you on PSB with all this chess, and then I have to deal with the deflation.
Like when it goes to us, the realness comes out. When it goes to the op, he wants to start, pumping.
Wait, I read that though. I read that.
You rate that because you're a clown too, son. You're a clown too.
Wait.
Hey, you unemployed.
Is that true? So
Hey,
Reece
I'm unemployed by choice. By choice. I left.
Yeah, it
my
is.
job.
Ben, it
Hey,
is.
cheers,
I
you're the best.
left
Hey, cheers,
my
you're the
job,
best.
sir. I didn't get
Nah,
sacked.
don't.
I
I back
left
my
my
team
job.
when I
You wanna
need to,
keep using
and
that
when we're
against
on
me like
spaces
that,
like this,
bro.
I'll keep it real. It is what it is,
Listen,
man.
let's
Back
be
my
honest,
team.
right?
Both
let's be-
Estevao and Reece weren't in training today.
God.
Ben.
Yeah, let me read the super chats. Let me read the super chats.
You know I can fall down and
Reece
die
wasn't
right now.
pictured- Reece wasn't pictured in training, so he might not play. I mean, he's on the bench the other day. So what's happened between then and now? We'll see in it.
Reece James.
Tommy Sarna says Villa asked for 80 million last year. For that money, he's starting every game, which makes me think the owners think Enzo may leave. But Enzo's one of their main assets, bro. Enzo's getting a new
What
contract.
kind of take is that?
Yeah,
Why is it?
Enzo's a guy nowhere.
We
Enzo's a
are
guy
short in that position.
shit
Why
stinks,
are we having people leave?
Yeah, that super chat makes no sense. But
Literally.
chat, though.
And then big up Mario says, appreciate the content as usual. I just got into making NFL content. I just wanted to ask y'all what software and tools y'all use. I mean, why you StreamYard when I'm doing like live streams like now?
Casio calculator and a hamster and a wheel.
Hey, bro, DM me if you make short form content. I'll let you know where I make my thumbnails and how I edit. And I'm like one of the least technical people, so it'll be super.
Yeah,
simple.
Actually, Mario, DM me because I don't know if you're still here, bro, but yeah, DM me and I'll let you know in it because I don't know if you want to make full on YouTube, but short clips. Alexis for short clips will help you, and then longer ones I can help you in it. But we'll finish up there, man. It's been a solid show. You know, nearly.
Chez gone?
Say that again, bro.
Chez gone.
Yeah, it's gone.
He needs to start his cycle in it. His steroid cycle for the other show, only to deflate by the time he gets in next week.
He's not real. He's not real, bro. He's not real.
Well put, Alex. Well put, bro.
This guy Chez,
because if we win against PSG, just wait. Just go watch BSB afterwards. See how this guy acts.
This is what happened. This is what happened, right? This happened. If we beat PSG, because I'll be on the terrace doing the thing, he'll pop up and start ranting and raving how good this team is if we beat PSG, bro.
Yeah,
you don't hear anything from him. You hear nothing from him when we lose. He don't pop up. You know what I mean?
I'm telling you, bro. He's a serious hazard, that guy, bro. You know what I mean? But let me come to you, Andrew. What are you saying for the week, man? How's your week looking, bro?
Yeah, I'll be on the reactions for the terrace, probably casually FC during the week as well. And you've got Newcastle the weekend, haven't you? I put that up. Stuff like that. But keep clean out.
I didn't want to talk much about that game because it's a bit too far. Anything can happen. Like guys can
it's not. One game at a time.
Yeah. How about you, Joey? How's your week looking, bro?
I have one-on-one with Mon sometime this week that we're gonna be doing, and then my weekly show on Thursday nights at like 12 your time, English time.
Yep.
And then that's it. I might do one other one-on-one. I'm going to see if some other people might want to do one-on-one after the.
You and Rob, Joey. You and Rob, one-on-one.
Yeah, that won't last long.
It'll be fun. You'll enjoy it more than you think.
Yeah, but we need that.
I think they will leave, right? Agreeing. That's how bad. That's what Joey's scared of.
Brilliant content, Joey.
The streets.
I'd rather not. Say I did.
Look at Goldberg, right? You most probably hated Robert. Now he can't live without Robert. It wants him back every single day on the show.
Literally, man.
I think Joey would have to demonetize that video if he had Robert.
Bro, I've got content coming out 6 days a week on my YouTube. I can't lie, this is my favorite part of the year for making content. It's interesting. It's crunch time. Yeah. Everyone's engaged. It's the best time to talk about football.
Yeah, and you're on all you can eat tomorrow, innit? We should be on there.
Yeah, that should be fun. It's always nice. Like last week was negative, this week should be positive.
Yeah, well, I'll see how my morning's looking, man, because I'm kind of busy right now. Before I come to the debut, in fact, let me come to you, Ben. Solid debut, man. Solid one, bro. Yeah, you brought a lot to the show still. I can't lie.
Good January signing, man.
Yeah, I was looking like a couple technical difficulties at the start. I got compared to Rory Delap's son, like, you know.
That's awesome.
Now you're cooking.
Yeah, man, we managed it in the end, man. Like, no Nepo-baby accusations, man.
Rory Delap's son.
But people, listen, I've put Ben's Twitter in the chat. I'll put it in the description as well. Make sure you lot are following him. Do you know what? Me and Ben was meant to like make our own channel when I first started on YouTube. That never went anywhere. Ironically, with Chels, that never went anywhere. But now he'll be on Blue Diaries.
Chels is always on holiday. That's why.
Yeah, see what you said there. I thought this was ads, bro. You sound like ads.
Hey, you two know each other from real life.
Yeah.
Me and Ben were chatting together.
Yeah, I was
For a
going to say,
period.
Alexis, I first met Alexis on when we was on Touchline.
Yeah,
Oh,
on
fine.
Touchline Frackers. Yeah, I've known him for a while now.
Oh, you know each other, yeah?
Yeah. We were at Touchline Frackers, did a couple, I think it's like Chelsea Hour one.
And it feels so
Oh, bro, like, I didn't even know that. But yeah, me and Ben used to work together. I'm not gonna bait out where, Ben, but we used to work together. Innit?
One of them ones.
One of them ones, yeah. One of them ones. How about you, Rob? How about you, man? What have you got coming up this week, bro?
Who are you annoying this week, man? Who are you annoying?
I'm quite busy with life. I'll be around here and there. You know, I'll be probably annoying Alex Goldberg a little bit here and there. I'll be. We'll see what we do with Chels, but yeah, I'm kind of busy these
CB probably will have you on.
Yeah, CB. Yeah, I might pop in it.
How about just be a dad, Rob? Just go be a dad.
And now you two need the show. I'm telling you, bro. That will pop off. That will actually pop off. These guys are like Tom and Jerry, bro.
And unemployed man is telling me to go be a dad.
I don't have kids. I have plenty of money. I could sit on my ass. I could sit on my ass for the next year.
That's beside the point.
I could sit on my ass for the next year and be good, Rob. The next year. Literally.
Their show would be everything but football.
Honestly. Ofcom will have to intervene.
Yeah. For real, blood. But people, I'm gonna redirect to CB. Make sure you put a little Don Raid in there and that as well, people. Yeah. But again, hey, another solid show. I didn't expect it to be this long today, but it's been good, man. It's been good. But big up next week, people. Love.